Love it when a thrash album opens up with the most glorious trash cans, a little organ. It's about to get deadly, guys. Oh, yeah. I hope you can hear that. I'll turn it down a little bit. That is Phantom Warrior with fantasy or reality. Autofocus isn't working, but whatever, you're gonna live. This is a response video. I don't often do these, but this was a topic that was very near and dear to my heart. Maybe now's a good time to turn this down. Mercyful Metal, Thomas from Netherlands, I believe, did a video challenging you, VC, and me, all of us, to stop buying so many records and start enjoying your collection more. And I love that. I am very much guilty of retail therapy, shall we say. So Thomas has challenged us to show some albums in a video wherein we talk about an album we've been listening to currently, which we are currently listening to. This was a kind of a recent discovery for me. I am hoping that Thomas sees this and checks out this New Jersey thrash band. They are absolutely deadly. I will admit the singer kind of leaves a lot to be desired, but I think the music is absolutely killer. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking about albums that I'm not very familiar with, which might be kind of a challenge. I almost wish I was going to listen to them and then do a follow-up video about them or something, but whatever. I am going to listen to these albums. So, yeah, the first one was to show an album that you have been listening to. By the way, if you want to check out Thomas's video and several other responses, I will put them down in the description below for you to check out. And the other, so third time starting the list, I'm sorry. The ADD is very strong with this boy. So one album you've been listening to very much, we're going to be listening to in the background. 2 albums that I have not listened to within the last year, and 3 albums that I can't remember, can't recall, can't really even describe what they sound like because it has been so long since you've played them. Now, he did put this out to the vinyl community. I am kind of in the vinyl community, so I picked a couple vinyl, couple CDs. Hope that's kosher with you guys. This album is deadly thrash, but sometimes they do silly kind of crossover kind of things, and they're pretty bad when they do them, but they're charming enough, they're deadly enough when they're thrashy that it's totally excusable. It's so fun. And if you can't love an album with a cover like this, then is there any hope for you? Okay, so the first 2 records that I'm going to show that I have not listened to in over a year, but plan to, I am eager to listen to these because I'm kind of in the phase now. I'm playing in a black metal band. I'm playing drums in a black metal band. We're writing material. We're really cranking out a lot of material right now. And I'm having a hard time memorizing it. Mostly because I can't practice when it's fucking 9 degrees below zero.
No!
However, I think I'm going to be able to trick myself into being better at practicing my songs when the weather does warm up. My drums are outside, by the way, by developing drum patterns that are based on albums that I love. Um, I might say that I'm outright stealing drum parts from albums. Whatever. These are obscure things. I love this music, and I feel like when you learn to play a drum part that you hear on an album, it doesn't become, it's not like necessarily I'm going to make this as exact of a replica as possible. You're working that style into your repertoire as a player. So I've been listening to more like U.S. black metal stuff that's kind of along the wheelhouse of what I want to be sounding like, and really nothing's off the table. And you know what's funny? It's kind of, it's 90s black metal of a certain ilk that I love and that I'm interested in refamiliarizing myself with, to like try and pick up some drum patterns that I find clever and easy and would work for my repertoire. So this is going to be one that I may have spun in the last 3 or 4 years or so. We're going to go with Pocolas, and this is self-titled. Yeah, this is self-titled. Man, are they Slovakian? I can't remember. Tell you what, I'm gonna do the thing where I look smart after the fact. 4 LPs. I've had this on CD for a very long time. I think this was originally released in. Let's just go ahead and do the thing where we look at it. So this vinyl reissue came out in 2020, but on Inferna Profundis. But it was originally remastered in 2006 and originally released in 95. And I remember a very distinct moment where I fell in love with this record on CD, because it sounds quite a bit like Mayhem, De Mysteriis Dum Satanis, but it has a very like folky kind of atmosphere to it. It has a really like frosty sort of like, I've never really been able to quite put into words what I mean when I describe this to myself, and it seems like almost it's a shortcoming on my own part because I'm an American and wasn't around listening to really any music back around the time period that I'm trying to describe. But there's a certain kind of like Eastern Bloc sound that I think is like a term a lot of people use for something that is obviously lo-fi, but in a certain way it's almost like the mastering technology that was used, or like the tape reel-to-reel stuff that it was all mastered to back in the mid-90s that makes it sound a certain compression or something. I'm not sure what it is. I can't really put it into a better terminology than something like that Eastern Bloc sound. I think Master's Hammer kind of has some of that sort of fidelity when you get back into the earlier Ritual and Solemnis Occultist kind of stuff. But killer album. I really need to reacquaint myself with it and give it my full attention. Take some notes, and it's a brilliant record. I'm happy to have it both formats. It's kind of a rarity. So, yes. Another album that I am quite familiar with, and I feel like I've had it on CD for 25 years probably, but it's been a while. So my collection, primarily my CD collection, lives in boxes down in the basement, and it's pretty rare that I actually go down there and like dig stuff out and put stuff away. So this album has kind of gone that way, and I miss it. I do absolutely treasure this album, Centuries of Sorrow, Obtained Enslavement, one of my all-time favorite Norwegian black metal bands. Their debut, reissued on vinyl by The Crypt. I think? Yes, The Crypt. The artwork is kind of redone and fancified, all nice. kind of death metal sounding, so I'm really eager to see if I can find any ideas for drum patterns that I think would, that I could play or that would fit into, my repertoire as a player in my band. So we will see how that goes. Like, I love the album. I love the vocals on it. Pest's vocals on it are perfect. There's a lot of guitar harmonies on it that are super catchy and memorable. It's quite different. Look at that beautiful sunset going on behind me, guys. How about that? And I don't know, it's just a treasure of an album, and it's been a while, and I miss it, so I'm going to go back and play it. It rules. This edition also includes the self-titled Demo 92 and Out of the Crypts Demo 93. I don't know if I have actually spun that part. I want to say I've maybe listened to them on YouTube or something. But anyways, Centuries of Sorrow, I love you, I miss you. Please come back home. A couple more that I just went down into my boxes and grabbed some things that are like, I've been really feeling in a U.S. black metal mood, like I said. And I've been listening to a lot of Lycanthropy. Been talking about that band a lot lately. Just obsessed. Totally obsessed. But this is another band kind of along that era and that ilk. And in fact, I was looking at the liner notes of one of the Lycanthropy demo tapes today, and they thanked the main songwriter in this band, Night Conquers Day, the first Snowfall. I can't remember. I want to say this is the first album from this band. Probably had a demo or two. I've not really spun this much at all over the years, and I've had it for a really long time. And I think this is kind of the main guy. This guy was just in a bunch of bands. Spellcaster, Shadow something or other, Buried Beneath. This guy was just a really big figurehead in the U.S. black metal scene for a time period, and managed to get this debut released on Hammerheart Records. And Christopher Wimp cover art also helping it out. But I have no adjectives. When I look at this album, I have no adjectives coming to mind that tell me its identity or how it sounds. It's U.S. black metal. I remember a long time ago thinking it was kind of unremarkable. Obviously a reason I didn't come back to it for a really long time. But I would be surprised if, given my current obsession and passion for 90s U.S. black metal, that this didn't strike a nerve. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this is like, this part is inexcusably stupid. Another one I grabbed, I keep kind of seeing this come up in I don't know, websites, metal stuff. I don't know. I collect JL America Turbo USA releases, but this one, I can't even remember where I picked it up. Must have been a used bin somewhere at some point. I have no recollection what it sounds like. This is Excruciation, Anno Domini, an anthology of the past. I'm sorry, I swear to God I will fix that autofocus. I don't know what the deal is. I am not a technical, whatever. So Excruciation, I want to say we're a Southern California kind of grindy, crusty sort of. No, Zurich, Switzerland. So it looks like this is a demo compilation, and yeah, let me know what I'm missing out on. I own it. I don't need it. I don't need it because I have it, but I need to listen to it. That is clear. And finally, the last album that I don't have any recollection what it sounds like, but probably ought to. I feel like my memory of what this album is like is more based on what other people have said about it, or its reputation out there in the metal world for what it is. But I don't have I may not have even spun this. I got it maybe in the last couple of years, and I probably just played it on my way to work one day, and that was it. But we're talking about Separation, promo tape 91. I got it because of the Radical Research guys, and they're pretty evangelical about this band. And this is the Dark Symphonies, Dark Descent reissue. Come on, man. And, I know they're I think they're French, kind of weird. I know they wound up doing something under the name Sup, I think. So, yeah, I imagine this sounds like, I don't know, carbonized or something along those lines. I don't know. Could be Swedish. We will have to dig in and find out. And, yeah, I feel embarrassed that I own this. It's like I've become such a bastard of a metal consumer that it's more important for me to tick off something from the wish list and bring it into my home than actually enjoy, understand, consume, and remember and have an experience with an album, which is not what we're supposed to be doing. So get into your collection, pull out some rarities, some things that you're not familiar with, get more cozy with some forgotten full lengths and stuff like that. Let me know what I should expect from these 3 picks, and definitely check out Phantom Warrior, spelled wrong 2 different times. Yeah. They also have a demo called Morbid Invasion. Yeah, and that's really good too. Killer band, as you hopefully heard. So thanks, Thomas from Mercyful Metal, for giving me a good topic to respond to. It's not often I chime in. A lot of times these response videos are like contests, and I feel like I have this. That's a moment where I'm like, I have enough albums in my house. I don't need somebody sending me albums for free. Just have your contest, and I'll bow out of it. So this is not a contest. This is just a discussion to get people in the vinyl community to listen to some albums instead of buying more and more and more and more and more. I also think as a part of being a metalhead, we're known for being big collectors, but metal is so important to us that we have such an inherent drive as part of the culture to support what it is that we rely upon for metal. We have to support metal in order for it to continue. There's no one else out there supporting it. This is not commercial music, and that's all there is really to it. So that is important, but it's also important, I think, to enrich your life with experiences of art, so that you can feel more fulfilled the next time you buy a special metal album and put it in your home. Soapbox. So I'll get off of that. We will see you around some other time. Later. Woohoo! That was a great video, and it was made possible mostly by me, but also thanks to the undying and kind support of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all. I love you. If you are interested in being a part of my Patreon channel and supporting what I do, you are welcome to join at the URL below. It is only $6.66 per month, and you're going to love it. Thank you.